there are like two aspects of it. Like we are actually running towards the very right direction actually currently with Sadhguru leading the way. So without Sadhguru, I cannot even believe my life imagining talking here. And everything what I say, post and everything, I'm just using myself as a case study. So if it works for me, it works for everyone. That is the only reason I'm creating so many social media, although there are other possibilities for me also.
Yeah, that's
but doing all these things,
thanks to you.
I postponed so many times for all that thing.
Thanks to you.
And now coming back, we are heading towards the right direction astronomically. Okay, rather than the scripture wise, astronomically in terms of the planetary position and everything, we are not in the Kali Yuga, we are already in the Dwapara Yuga. So it's a great thing. And there's Sadhguru also refers to certain kind of aspects of the solar winds and everything, solar flares and everything. And because of that reason, there are far more solar energy. Solar energy basically means that everything can grow much more faster, and that way. That basically means the energy will try to rapidly grow, but if the physical system is not able to handle it, it can create a lot of issues. What you have said is also very, very correct. And that is actually happens. That is the reason in a you can say in a micro way, that is actually happening in the system. For example, in a micro way, from night to the day happens. That is one aspect of it, which is known as the Brahma Muhurtam and Sandhakalas. That is when the energy is growing. And the another aspect is basically going to be, the second one is the Kaivalya Pada, which we are in the Basanta Ritu. From winter, when it is moving towards the summer, that is when the Kaivalya Pada, when the maximum amount of growth is happening. If you see a lush, and you could see flowers and everything. Now similarly, same thing is happening in the solar flare also. So sun is coming. So in that case, too much energy, if you are unable to handle it, it's a dangerous thing also. That is the reason in very, very powerful meditation, people think that people are doing certain kind of meditation and they're trying to meditate 24 hours. But there are certain kind of powerful processes which are given a limited number of minutes because your body cannot handle it.
In coming days, the meditations and yogas will be more comfortable, will be more difficult.
It's not like that. It completely depends upon contemporary, depending upon how you are. For example, people who are robust and everything, who can handle anything, they can go do anything. It's like that. But people who are living in the family society and everything, inner engineering is the best one, and that is what I recommend. And just like I said, there are two efforts are needed. For example, organization like Isha Foundation, what they are doing is a great thing. But at the same time, two other things are needed. One is needed for the government aspects also. So we need to add inner engineering programs like inner engineering in the school syllabus itself. Okay. And Sadhguru is also bringing a program called Miracle of the Mind, where you will be given points. Okay, for example, you become a credit card user and you go shopping, you get points, no? So Sadhguru is bringing one aspect where people will be doing certain kind of sadhana every day, and you'll get points, and then you can actually go and use that points to do the shopping and get the discounts also. So that is going to be very, very attractive. So that the main objective is to make the yoga into the mainstream, and it's going to be very, very useful. And the third aspect is we need to use yoga as the science, pure science. That is very, very, very important. It should not be categorized, just like you said also, it shouldn't be categorized to, okay, only the conscious person should do. It's not like that. Yoga should be put as a curriculum, but it has to, little bit, in my understanding, it has to move out from little bit a spiritual process, and it has to be made into the mainstream, because eventually there's no actually difference between physicality and spirituality. Even we discussed that one also. What is gross and everything of you is the physicality. What is the most subtlest, that is the spiritual dimension.
Wow, very well explained. Both very
so because of this reason, these are the three things. One thing is a government has to take over it. People also need to demand it. For example, you and me, we have actually got the benefits of doing the yoga and everything. We should come out. This is the entire my effort also. I always tell people but there are a lot of people who are using the social media, but they are hiding their names, hiding their photos. They are not posting.
Yeah,
openly.
exactly.
If you hide and then do that way, like it will never become mainstream. It will never become mainstream. And mostly like celebrities, they have to take the responsibility, and they also have to practice. It's not like that, like okay, they will come and then like they say like I use this soap, but they are not using their soap. And this is going back to your first question. They're lying. This is not the right thing to do. You got my point? What I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's no
I got
integrity
it.
in that one. They're just doing for the sake of the money. That's not good.
Anna, we are almost end of the podcast now, and the last question that I want to ask you, that you have sacrificed many things, Anna. You have a great business and you are devoted. You have a very good followers in Instagram and Facebook. People are, following your paths, and you are posting very useful content, and they are really want to read. They really want to know yoga. They really want to know spirituality. They really want to improve themselves, what they can do best for the society and for themselves as well, Anna. And you are doing great job, and we actually, not only me, we would like to thank you for this, and Anna. And the question is, Anna, after you sacrifice a lot of things, you are doing lots of meditations and lots of Isha related yoga and kriyas and main thing. So where do you want to see yourself after 15 years or 20 years in these fields? Really, in these fields, where do you want to see yourself?
It might sound like a little bit like a word and everything also, and then over the top or something. But like what I want to see is like the first thing is like I'm not sacrificing anything. So whatever is with me.
This is your greatness that we see from the external.
You should yeah, maybe like you can see as a greatness.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I would appreciate that. But the main thing, like what you need to understand is like see, if I have something and you don't have, okay. Now like if I give you that one and I'll become poor, or like my existence will go into the threat, then like that means logical. Okay, people want to like at least like I'll share like what is more than me, or like maybe I'll think about maybe like tomorrow I'll not have a food or something. That's a different aspect altogether. But whatever I'm doing and whatever sharing and something like that, the spiritual dimension and then the physical dimension, they are like actually diagrammatically opposite.
Okay.
For example, like see, in the physicality, if I say like I'm a celebrity, people will come and take your picture. You can make money. Okay. In the spiritual dimension, like if you become empty, zero, the divine is here. Okay. You are accessing the timeless, you are accessing the spaceless, you are accessing the boundless, you are accessing the divine and ultimate everything here. There's no need for enlightenment also.
Yes.
So whatever I'm sharing and whatever we are referring to the spiritual dimension and everything is something which is diagrammatically opposite. Basically means like whatever you think as, just like Sadhguru says, what you think as a poison in this dimension is actually the nectar in this dimension. Whatever you think as a nectar in this one, it's a poison. So whatever I'm sharing is overflowing. It's overflowing, and that is one aspect of it. So whatever I'm sharing, like I'm not becoming poor, I'm becoming more and more richer. And again, like this poor and rich is also a wrong word, but like in the way of the communication, we have to use this word.
Yes.
When I'm boundless, you are also boundless, everybody is boundless, but like they have not actually acknowledged and realized that. That's a different matter altogether. But it's all the grace of Sadhguru, and then like I'm just becoming, I would say like this thing, that like whatever limited thing I say is coming from me, and then whatever unlimited is coming is from my Guru only. That's it. There's nothing else. That is the only thing I'm doing, and all the volunteers, like we sacrifice their life to bring the inner engineering and all the program to me. I would like bow down to all of them and everything. That is one aspect of it, because even though many people have got experiences of the ultimate and everything, not everybody can have the clarity and balance. I can vouch for that one. I'm not saying out of like ego, like only I can speak or something like that, but this is like the clarity I have. Okay. Yeah, people experience, but like they don't have the clarity or like a necessary balance and all that kind of thing. This is everywhere. This is everywhere. That is one aspect of it. And then like the another aspect, like what I can say is like in terms of like in the future and everything. For the many times, like I did certain aspect because like there are a lot of possibilities open for me also. And but like one thing like what I want to tell you is like just like Sadhguru also says. And one of the reasons like why I also say is because when you have experienced something within you that is so profound, you don't want to die with you. That is the only reason. Even like there's a yogi called like a Bodhidharma. Okay, he is the called patriarch of the Zen Buddhism in China. So he was a prince from like a Kanchipuram. You can tell like it might sound like a little bit like attacking the ego of the people living around that place, but I'm just telling you the story. So Bodhidharma was the enlightened being, okay, and he comes the lineage from the Gautama the Buddha, like a direct transmission of Zen, and then like where there is no teaching, just the guru and disciple sits, and then the guru transmits everything to him, and then like he couldn't find a disciple in like where he was, and then like he traveled all the way to India, to China, and eventually like he found only 4 disciples at the end. Okay, one of the disciples actually had to chop his hand to prove his worth to receive that transmission from like a Bodhidharma. And because he couldn't find anyone, he went to the cave, faced the wall, and he just was in like all that kind of trance way, and he was in the meditation for a long period of time until that one disciple came and like he offered his arm and he initiated him. Okay, so you can see like why Bodhidharma walked all the way there, and even he chopped his hand and he offered. So it was very difficult for the gurus in the past, that what he has to offer, which is timeless, who is capable of doing it? Because like there are so many people who can create a market out of that one, business out of that one. Okay, and not only that, like Sadhguru also says that like for you to transmit something to someone, you have to invest your life energy, and not all the gurus are capable of that one also. Okay, so here like when you experience something profound and it's overflowing, now you want that taste for someone else also, and that is the reason like you want to take inner engineering to other parts outside Kathmandu Valley also.
Yes, I want to.
So that is the same approach. Like why you are also going through the same approach. Like you just need to go on across. That is one aspect of it. So whatever you know, like you don't want it to die with you. And there are many things like you cannot share in podcast, internet, or something like that. And that is the reason like we are planning to have this one of the yatra where people will come and then go around also. Some of the people who traveled with me, like they got a crazy experience. Last time you also had like a little bit of trailer, like going to Santigarh,
Yeah.
That is one aspect of it. And coming back to the future, like this is it, that people are joyful, like they should not be thinking about you, just like Sadhguru says. As long as they want something from you, or like they are thinking about you, whether it is spiritual or material or whatever, they're still trapped. So the biggest thing that you want in 24, let's say like whatever year it is basically that we understand, we come to the senses that like we need to control the population. That is one thing, because if you don't control the population, like all this effort is going to be like meaningless. It is going to be meaningless because Lord Shiva failed. Okay, in terms of the yogi and like to enlighten the people and everything. Gautama the Buddha also failed. They were successful. They are still alive. The spiritual process very powerful. We are making use of
blissful
it.
failure.
Yeah.
But blissful failure.
Blissful failure, but like it's not acceptable. Like if you become like a very realistic.
Sadhguru said in his talk that I know I will get fail one day. I will, but I'm trying my best.
No.
And one
Everybody
day I will die with the
no. Everybody.
failure,
No.
but blissful failure.
I understand your point and everything. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But if you look from the potential what we have and everything, if you didn't have a potential, like at the time of the Lord Shiva, you didn't have an internet. Now you have internet. Time of the
Yes.
Buddha, you didn't have.
Exactly.
So they failed in a different way. They did their best. But now like we have the internet and everything, just like I told you earlier also. If we put like an inner engine kind of program, like in every school, so that when they come out, they come blissfully and everything.
Exactly.
Everything become conscious. So like if you live a conscious way, like that is the one way, and eventually you don't need a guru also. We'll be seeing like enlightened being everywhere. That is the only way. I think like that is the only thing like what I want to see.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, great.
Otherwise, like they will be looking into my like Instagram or like Sadhguru's Instagram and everything. It is useful for the future and everything. Again, like I said, like whatever I'm doing is nothing but like it's the mirror of little bit of clarity and little bit of like the grace that Sadhguru has bestowed on me. That's it. I just want to drop.
If you will ask me about my 10-year and 20-year plan, then I just want to, follow the footsteps of Sadhguru, and then I want to build a very nice studio where I want to take all these, all these programs, those people who have well-read, who know themselves, who are doing sadhana, spirituality. So I want to spread these things that other people should also experience that. People should also feel that. When we do that, how our body changes, how our mind changes, and how everything, around you becomes so normal and so, vibrant. That's what the grace of Sadhguru one day.